A Corvallis family is desperate for clues tonight, and the hope is that you can help lead them to their son, who has been missing for nearly a year and a half.
Now, they say Christian Long disappeared without a trace. KEZI 9 News reporter Amber Wilmarth explains why they believe sharing his story could bring him home. In tonight's special report, Missing Lives.
I spoke to Chris's father and to the detective who's been on this case since day one. They're both still searching for answers. His father telling me the toughest part, simply not knowing what happened to him.
It was like all of a sudden he was there one day and gone the next and has never been heard from.
Simply, it's as if he vanished, disappearing from his family's lives and leaving police with little to no clues. Christian Long, who's now 21 years old, hasn't been heard from in 16 months.
He walked out the door and I told him, "I love you, son." He said, "I love you too, Dad."
That was in October 2016. It was the last time Donald Long saw his son, who goes by Chris.
Donald said he heard from him one more time the very next day. He says Chris texted him from this day's inn in Corvallis, telling him he was getting ready to go to Eugene, and that's the last time that he or anyone in his family has heard from him.
It's unknown if he ever made it there. Donald tells me Chris would never go more than a few days without contacting someone in his family.
Him and his brother were very close, and he always stayed in contact with his brother.
4 days after that last text, he knew something was wrong.
For some reason, I had a gut feeling right away.
Lieutenant Daniel Duncan tells me he's also concerned for Chris's well-being. He says a break in someone's pattern is a red flag.
The fact that he had been regularly in contact, there wasn't any altercation or incident that would make his family or friends believe that he no longer wanted contact with them. Plus, the fact that he has been living on the street and had some dependency issues. I think all of that combined and him just going missing completely is definitely a concern.
Lieutenant Duncan says Chris struggled with drug addiction, but says he was going to Eugene to get help with that. This photo, it's the most recent one of Chris. It's been sent out to other agencies in the state, just in case he ended up going somewhere else.
Description, the most current picture that we can possibly put on there. Maybe a little bit of the circumstance as to how or where he went missing, and clearly contact information for the investigator.
Donald, looking back, says what he misses most about Chris is his big heart.
He was always trying to help other people and, "Hey, Dad, can we feed these people?" And that was all good. He did. He always shared everything he had with other people and tried to make other people better.
Without any significant leads to follow, both Donald and Lieutenant Duncan are hoping someone will come forward.
We need somebody to talk. Somebody out there knows something, and they need to come forward, no matter how minute it might be.
We're hoping that we can get some tips. Maybe someone has seen him, may know where he is.
2 Thanksgivings, 2 Christmases, 2 birthdays. Chris missing from all of them. Donald hopes this year they'll bring his son home.
I miss my son very much. Everybody misses my son.
Lieutenant Duncan says if you think you saw Chris or have any information about him, you can do one of 2 things. Either call your local police department so they can check on him, or call the Corvallis Police Department. In the studio, Amber Wilmarth, KEZI 9 News.